Bonjour! My name is David DeVere. I'm a wine educator and traveler, and you're watching Savvy Nomad TV, the eau de vie edition. This is episode 13 of How to Pick a Wine. Today, we're shopping for Riesling. German Rieslings are generally sweet. There has been a style movement to try to make dry Rieslings. I'm not a particularly huge fan. I kind of like the sweetness, the amount of aromatics, the layers of flavor that a Riesling, a German style Riesling gives you is spectacular. There's nothing to replace it. It's not going to be made better or worse by some other country. When a Riesling is done well, when the acidity is in balance with the sugar, it is just a party in the mouth. It is such a nice wine. Now, it can be made flabby, and it can be made too sweet, and the acidity can be lacking. It can be one-dimensional, but when done right, it is probably one of the best wine experiences you can have. Okay, Germany and Riesling, those two things go together. And they go together because Riesling probably evolved in Germany, and the Germans have been making high-quality Rieslings on their rivers, the Rhine and Mosel in particular, for many, many years. So, German Rieslings are categorized by a pyramid scheme system. There's two different systems, one for the quality of the wine and the other for when the wine is harvested. And let me explain that a little bit. Prädikatswein is the term used for production wine or good quality wine. Table wine is just called wine. And then in the Prädikatswein system, there is these words they use for harvest date or harvest time, and it really relates to how ripe the grape is when they harvest it. If you know these words, you'll be able to pick German Rieslings based on their sweetness level, least sweet to most sweet. Generally, the most sweet wines are also the highest quality wines. Okay, so the system goes like this. You have Kabinett, that is the least sweet, earliest harvest grape. So that makes the earliest harvested wine least sweet. But in comparison to all other wines, it's still pretty freaking sweet. Okay, Kabinett, and then Spatlese, and then Auslese, followed up by Beerenauslese, and Trockenbeerenauslese. Trocken is the German word for dry, so it literally means dry Beerenauslese. In between those Auslese, Beerenauslese, and Trockenbeerenauslese, you can have what they call an ice wine. These wines are not necessarily dry because they ferment them, meaning they're less sweet. They're dry because the grapes have turned into little raisins. So they're talking about what's happening to the grape when they're harvesting it rather than what the style of the wine is. Because believe me, a Trockenbeerenauslese is very, very sweet, and an ice wine is a fantastic dessert wine. Okay, that's the rules for the up and down of the Prädikatswein. We're going to go see what Costco has. We're looking to see if we can compare German Rieslings, either Kabinetts or Spatleses, to Oregon or Washington Rieslings, some old world versus new world styles. Okay, Rieslings. Here we've got a 1389 Kabinett from Germany. That looks pretty good. You can roll it around and see here that it's Mosel and the bottle's green. Okay, that one looks good. If we slide down here to Willamette Valley, Oregon. This is 1097, and this is a Riesling, same bottle shape, and it's green. All right, that's very interesting. We will get this 1389 Kabinett. Now let's compare that to the Willamette Valley, Oregon Riesling, also for 1079. New World versus Old World. This is the Schlink Haus Spatlese from Germany. You can see it's a Rhine wine, nice blue bottle. And we'll compare that to the Dr. Lucen, which is got no label, no rating, and it's kind of a bluish green bottle. Difference in price is 40 cents. All right, let's try them. Well, I did it again. I went out for 2 bottles and came home with 4, but I did it for you and for me and Sarah, because Sarah likes Rieslings, and I do too, because they can be absolutely delicious. Here's what I've got. I've got a Kabinett from 2019, and then I've got a Willamette Valley Riesling. Now the back of the label here says medium sweet. I think this is also medium sweet. It'll be interesting to compare them. I think they are made in the same style, same grape, but different regions. This is from the Rhine. This is from the Willamette Valley. This was $13.89 and this is $10.79. Both pretty cheap. But then I went wandering around the store, and in the back I found these 2 little beauties. This is a Rhine Riesling, a Spatlese. This is a Prädikatswein. So it's a production level wine, higher quality. And then there's Dr. Lucen, which you see a lot on restaurant menus. It gets sold and marketed all over. You can probably find this everywhere. And this doesn't tell you what it is. You look at the back. It is not a Prädikatswein. There is nothing about Germany except the word Germany. On the back it says product of Germany. And it says it's a Qualitätswein. So it's actually a lower quality wine. Well, what's going on here? Is the Dr. Lucen going a little off the rails? Or are they just trying to get away without doing the hard work? It's interesting. This is $8.49. This is $8.89. 40 cents difference. Interesting to think and to taste these 2 together too as a comparison. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I might do 2 classes. I might shove this all into one. I might just taste these and not grade them. I don't know. You'll have to find out next week what I decide to do. And that's all I've got for you this week. If you enjoyed this episode, please give me a thumbs up. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. And tell me in the comment down below whether you like Rieslings. Are you a sweet wine drinker? Do you turn your nose up at sweet wines? And are sweet wines new to you? Because if they are, you're in for a real treat. High quality, well done, sweet Rieslings can be extremely food friendly and are a real joy when you find them made properly, but they need to be made right. Okay, that's all I've got for you. I'll see you next week for episode 14 when we crack open these bottles. Until then, I say à tout à l'heure and cheers.